Yeah, very good morning to all. I'll just open that where we are yesterday. I'll go to that Angular full stack Angular example. There we have that Angular example. I'll open with the command prompt. And I'm going to run the project, what we have created. And the project is going to be Flipkart Web, right? Okay. Let's go with the NGS -work project is equal to Flipkart Web. Flipkart Web, I can say. Let's see like where we are exactly so that I can. Now we have the home where it fetch all the detail. Jewelry, then we are getting the jewelry detail. Electronics, we have men's fashion following with women's. And admin, like we don't have anything, okay, leave it as it is. Now when I click on like this detail, it is showing me the details like this. When I click on back to product, it is taking to there. Now what I just want to do is, when user click on, let's say, more detail, there you could observe that I created a routing. You can see here, I created a routing. There where it is, projects and a Flipkart Web. Yeah, here SRC, and there we are having what? App. There we are having what? Routing. Right. Now you can see we have the details component where you can maintain the detail. Now if you could see here in the detail, right click and go to that implementation. Yesterday I have displayed the detail and the Flipkart details HTML. If you can go, we have what? I created a router link that is more. When user give more slash and the product of an ID and click on over there, and I'm going to, okay, and I just wanted to go with more details component. That is what my requirement. So for that, what I can do, that means here you can see Flipkart details component is also loading directly from here. You can observe that we have what? Home page, and in the home page we have the detail button. When user click on, let's say, detail, I'm going into here. Am I right? Tell me. Hello. Am I right? Tell me. See there. I'm in the home page. This is the main routing. In that, what I have written, I have like details as the separate route. And from the detail, again, we created a separate route. That is the more is available. Right? Yes or no? Tell me. More is available. So whenever if you wanted to create, guys, am I audible? Am I audible? Hello? Right. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. Hello? You can see here, whenever if I click on, let's say, more, then I want to display. But I just wanted to create that particular one as my child routing. So how I can create it as a child route? Now child route is something like we created a route in Flipkart detail component And from here, I'm going to redirect it to the another component when the routing is going to be happen. So that what I can do, I'll give a comma over there. And here you can see what I can do is I just wanted to go with children. Okay. Now I'm creating what? A child route to this one. That means from this particular component, I'm creating a child route. And in the child route, what I wanted to specify, I'm giving a path as going to be, let's say, more slash ID or whatever. That means here you can see Flipkart details component. I have given what more is available, and then I have supplied an ID over there so that I can give that. Then at that particular time, I can say something like component is going to be okay, Flipkart, more details component we have created. I'm going to redirect it to that. That's it. Did you understand? Now you can save this application and then come back to here. Right now I'm in the home page. This is how it is. When user click on the detail, I'm able to get the detail. Again, when user click on the more, now you can see it is redirecting to the more and then following with the ID that what we are having. Understood? Again, if I click on here, details /4, when I click on more, there you can see we are able to get more details of this particular one. Now here what I can do, in more, I'm going to display a simple image. So how I can display that image? You can simply right click on there and go to the implementation. Right now we don't have any implementation here. Okay, any implementation here. The first thing what you need to do, we need to get what? The value from the routing. How to get the value from the route? How to get the value from the route? Tell me. Yesterday I told you route parameter. Very good. Activated route is required. So before that, what I can do, I'll be creating the product, public product, which is of type fake product contract that we have created. I guess that is only the name. Okay, fake product contract is equal to, and I'm going to have like everything, ID as 0, and after that category as going to be some empty string, description as empty string, image as empty string, and then price as 0 that what I can give, and the title as empty string, and then rating, and where I can have the rate and count. So count is there, and after that rate is available, and I'm going to maintain something like this. This is how it is. Now after that, whatever that ID user has provided with respect to this one, you can see when I go to the home detail, in the detail I read an ID from here, right? And at the same time, when I click on more, I'm opening what to Flipkart more detail component. At that time also we have some value here. I need to get that particular value. So how could I get that particular value? To do that one, I used what? Activated router. So before that, I'll create a variable public ID, which is of type any is equal to, I'm giving like that. And then we're supposed to have a constructor and inject it. So the first one is going to be, I create a variable for what? Activated route. And after that, I'm going to have private data, which is of what type? We have Flipkart service type that we have, right? This is the one. And after that, whenever my application is loaded, there I can go with the ng on init, where I can give a void, and then this dot ID is equal to, how I can get it? Tell me, how I can get the value? How I can get the value from the route? Tell me. Tell me guys, yesterday I have explained you. Very good, very good. Nice. How I can get this dot? Okay, we have what? Route is available. Dot snapshot dot params map dot get with what name you people have created the route. You can just give it over there. That's it. And after that, I'm going to supply to the service that what I have. I'm going to have get the product based on that ID, and then I can give that ID dot will be having the subscribe, and where I can go with data goes to data dot data goes to this dot products is equal to whatever the data that we are having. I can guess give it over. Understood? Understood this one. Now this data we have to display. So how I can do that one? Let me go to my Flipkart more component. Okay, more details HTML and it display the data. It's a quite simple one. We go with the data binding. Quickly, let's say div and div. I am giving border as going to be 4. I have an image where this image should contain binding. Let's have the product dot. We have an image and I'm going to give a width as going to be 250 pixel and the height is also going to be 250 pixel. That what it is. And after that, let's have another div where I can say margin top as 2 and I have a text area where I can give the number of rows as 4 and then number of columns I don't need. Okay, ID if you wanted to give, you can. Number of rows. Okay, I'll give the columns also 30 I can give. And I just wanted to write something like disabled. I'll disable it. Maybe here what I can do, product dot description and save it and then come back here. Now you can see home. When I say about the detail, we get the detail. When I click on more, now you can see we have what? More details. Back to the product. When you click on, let's say this one, Samsung 49-inch cloud gaming monitor, and we have the price. And when user click on here, I'm able to get that particular one and where you can display the data to the clear or any questions? Any questions here? Please ask me if you have any questions, guys. Nothing is there. Children means like, child routes. See, all the routings are not going to be happen on the same page, right? Yes or no? If it is available in one page, today is the last day, Madhu. It is not required to attend tomorrow onwards. The people who are having hurry, no need to attend from tomorrow. This is done, whatever you learned so far. I explained you even the project also, right? The people who are not required, don't attend, don't worry. Okay? If you have like more important work than this, then go and do that. This project is more than enough, man. 2 years you easily you can manage. Okay. Right. So the thing is here, we cannot maintain like all the routes at single shot. Sometimes what you need to do, we're supposed to maintain some data even in the component level. Okay, if that is the case, what I can do, I'll create my child route and where I can give more slash ID, and at that particular time, I'm loading this particular component to there. So like that, you can have child routes also. Nothing much theory, exactly like what the way how we have the routes in the same way we have children routes also. Okay. And the next thing here, what you people need to understand is what you need to understand here is the next one, that is route guards. The very important thing is going to be route guards. So child route, maybe I can write it here. It's a property, Purna. Child routes. These are exactly similar to routes that we have defined. These are exactly similar to the routes, but these routes are configured in a way that it should render its data in another component's router outlet. Generally, like if you can see in our example that what we have discussed, the complete data is going to be rendered in the home component. Am I right? Tell me. If you can see here, I'll go to my application, and in that application, you can see a complete data is going to be rendered under my home component. No, not last session. Still, we have around 5 to 6 sessions are pending from mine. Don't worry. We have like classes. Okay. Now you can see, sorry, not in the home. I'm sorry, in the index. If you can go to the index space that we are having, and there you can see, I use the router outlet over here, right? Because what happened, whenever if user has maintained any route to this particular one, I'm going to render the component information to this particular place. Am I right? Tell me. That means if user has clicked on home, we'll get the home component to here. If user clicked on jewelry, I'm getting the jewelry to here. If user click on electronic, I'm getting that electronic, men's, women's, admin, everything that what I'm getting it to this particular place. Okay, everything I'm getting it to this particular place. But now what I'm trying to do, I don't want to get like, this more detail to this router outlet. Rather, what I'm trying to do, I'll go to my details component. In the detail, when user click on more and then give the product ID, then I wanted to get that particular component to this place, right? Did you understand? So this is how the child routes are going to be configured. Main routing is going to be rendered here only. But whenever you configure the child routing, the child route page should contain a router outlet. That is where you can observe that in the routing module, I have Flipkart detail component. Now from here, I'm creating the child routing. How I can configure children, and when the path is going to be more/ID, I'm loading my data, Flipkart more detail component to this particular place. Did you understand now? So that is how we configured what? The routing, child routing. Okay, another components, child route, that what I can say. And the next one here, to implement the child routing, we use like this. I'll just simply copy the one that what I have explained. Maybe I can go to my routing module. I can just copy like this. This is how it is going to be. That means here we have like, the main path, and in the main path, from here again, I created a new one, that is the children, where I can give a path over here. Like that it is. Okay. Now the last concept That what I am trying to explain you here is the last concept is going to be, I just wanted to go with the last concept, that is route guards. Route guard. Now, what is meant by a route guard? It is nothing but, or else route guards, route guard. Guard means what? What is meant by a guard? Guard. What is meant by a guard? Tell me. Right, protection. Very good. Security. Same way here also. Here, these are used to maintain the, or else these are used to provide the security for the routes. That means I'm displaying everything, but once if user has logged in, then only I wanted to allow someone to see the data. Did you understand what I am saying? That means I'm going to allow, like, right now everybody can access everything. We don't have like any issue over here, right? Around like 11:30. Okay. Okay. Now you can see these are used to provide the security for the routes. That means what it will do. Generally, right now everybody can access everything, but I don't want to allow someone to access without having, let's say, a proper login. Maybe just to think that if you can maintain such kind of things, if you can maintain such kind of things, then what you people needs to do is you can use the route guards. These are used to provide the security for the routes. These are used to provide the security for the route. And route guards are the services that are defined to protect the route based on the condition. That means route guards are going to be defined as a service, and mainly the purpose of it is used for what? The purpose of it is used for what? To protect the routes. That is the main reason where we can use it. Now, how to create? As I told you, it is a service. As I told you, it is going to be a service. Now, how do I do that one? I will show you that. That means Angular supports, I guess, three guards. But among that, one which is very helpful for us, that is can activate, and then can deactivate, and then can load is available. Okay, one more concept I missed here. I'll explain you this also. Can load, I'll tell you the purpose later. Okay, let me come back here. Can load is available, and also can child activate. So total we are having 4 guards are available. Now can activate, can child activate, both are almost the same. So what it will do? It executes logic when user enter into the route. Whenever if user enter into that particular route, then it will execute some logic, and based on that, it provide that access. This is also exactly similar to that. It executes logic. I'm sorry, not the login. It executes the logic, okay, when user enter into the route. And here can deactivate, it executes when user leaves the route. Whenever user leaves the route, then can deactivate will get executed. And the last one, can load, it is used to implement lazy routing. Okay, it is used to implement the lazy routing. Right now, whatever we have seen, that is eager loading. And apart from that one, there is a concept of lazy loading, which is also somehow important. I'll just explain you about that concept, maybe after completing of this one. Now, what I want to do is, I'll explain you can activate and can load and can deactivate and can child activate. You can learn yourself because those two are not much important. I mean, same thing we can use it here also. Nothing, but I'll show you like how we can use it in a detailed way. Okay. Now it's time for like, implementing the guard. So for that reason, you can observe that I created a guard over here. See this, I separately created a guard folder, Flipkart web. There we have an SRC app folder. You can see I have a guard here. As I told you, a guard is going to be a service file. Simply, I can say a guard is going to be a service file. Now, how to create a service? I hope you people might already aware of it. So no need to explain. Maybe I can say Flipkart hyphen, okay, admin dot guard, okay, dot ts I can give. I'm creating a separate one and I'm creating it as going to be a service. Okay, a service. Now I can say Flipkart, I'm sorry. Here, the name of the service is going to be Flipkart. Okay, Flipkart admin guard, that what I can say. Okay. Generally, how to create a service? Service is going to be created with the help of @injectable. There we have what provided in root is available. There we have what provided in root is available. One second. Okay. Now you can see, and I'm going to write something. Whenever if you wanted to create any guard, first that guard should implement from an interface. Now you can see can activate is available. You can use can activate here. What happened? The declaration was marked as depreciation. Interface that class can implement the guard deciding if the route can be activated. If all guards return true, navigation continue. If any guard return false, navigation will be cancelled. If any guard returns URL tree, the current navigation is cancelled and new navigation the following. Now I am writing like this only, right? Very good, very good, very good. Correct only. Okay, anyhow, maybe I'll just check this like, why it is showing me like this. Now, whenever if you are going to do that, first thing is going to be, I'm creating a route parameter and the type is going to be router. And then I just wanted to create a simple variable, something like user role. Let's say I'll be giving a string here is equal to, let me give some customer. And this is the custom logic, guys. Whatever the logic you're going to write, you can write it over there. It doesn't matter the like, you should follow this one only. Now what I can do, I'm writing can activate. I don't need to have all these stuff. It is not required to me. Can activate. Okay. And generally it is of type, you say it's a Boolean type. It is of type what? A Boolean. That means it should return some true or false value. So what I can do, I'll write a simple code, nothing complex. If this dot user role is not equal to, let's say, I'll be using double equal so that it would be good. not equal to an admin, then what I want to do, I am going to navigate this dot, route dot. We have a method that is navigate, and I am going to navigate to login. That's it. Okay. Else case, I'm going to returning it true. Did you understood this logic? What I'm trying to do is, I'm going to implement what? A login page. Okay, I'm going to implement a login page, and I'm checking if the user role is not equal to an admin, then I'm redirecting to the login page. Otherwise, what I can do, I'm allowing the people to enter into that particular route, that what I can say. Did you clear this? Are you going to clear? A simple logic, nothing much complicated here. Okay, now. Hello. Clear? Right, no more complications. Simple logic I have written. Now what I want to do, what I just want to do is, I'm going to implement the login page, but I hope I haven't created the login component to here, so that let's add another one again. I'll open it in integrated terminal, go with the command prompt, clear ngg, see for the component, I'll be using, let's say, Flipkart. Okay, login, that what I can give, hyphen skip, hyphen test, that what I can give. Okay. Now just go for a design, a quick design, where it is going to be. Yes, it's a login. Go for the quick design, nothing much. A simple login page. I'll take H2, where I can have a login, where I'll have a DL, where I have a DT. Okay, username. And I'm giving the DD, where I can say input type as going to be the text. I'll take a DT, password, that what I can give, and I'm giving DD, input to type as going to be password, that what I can, sorry, password, that what I can say. And after that, let's have a button where I'm going to have the login. That's it. Now you can see I have implemented this guard. Now I'm going to apply this particular guard. Okay, I'm going to apply this particular guard any of the route. Now what I can do here, you can see I'm having this one. I don't have an admin path right now, so that I can create an admin. Now you can see I'll be giving a comma. Here I'll be giving path. Suppose if the path is going to be an admin, then I'm going to load admin component, right? Now save it. And also you can see how that output is. When user click on admin portal, admin is working or not? Tell me. Yes or no? Women's and admin is working. But I don't want to allow someone to directly open it without login. So that what I can do, I'll simply go to here, and then I'm using can activate. I'm using what? Can activate based on what? Flipkart guard, that what I have created. I'm going to use that one. Now the time when I'm giving that, now you can see home is working fine. Jewelry is working fine. Electronics working fine. Men's working fine. Women's working fine. But when user click on admin, now you can see what happened. It is not taking there, but it should navigate to login. Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't provided the login, right? I'm sorry. Create another one. Because in the guard, you can observe that I'm navigating to where? Login. But I don't have the login here defined. That is the problem. So that what I can do, I'll be writing a path as going to be, let's say login, and the component is going to be login component. Now this time you can see when user go to the electronics and women's, everything is open. When someone is trying to access that admin portal, now you could see it is showing me login works. So we prepared the login, right? Not the login. Flipkart login you can do. Flipkart login. Now you can see when user click on women's nothing, but when user click on an admin, where you can see it is taking me that part. Clear now? Okay. The question like someone is asking me, yes, sir, how to set when user open the link for the first time, it will be shown the login when user open the application. For that only, I have provided few links to it, few wildcard routes, if you can see. So the first one is going to be, suppose let's say, if the path is, okay, if the path is going to be an empty path, then I'm redirecting you to which one login you're asking, and then what I can do, I'll be giving the path match as going to be full, that what I can say. Okay, full, that what I can say. Now save that application. Now you can see first time it is empty, right? It is going to the login or not? Purna, clear na? Like that. And the next thing is also, as I told you, if you can remember, whenever if some route is not found, okay, then you can create the wildcard route. What I supposed to do, the path is going to be, sorry, component is going to be not found. Okay, not found component. Okay. So, but again, it will show in all above component. No, if that is a case, that means if you don't want to display anything, then you should implement it in the app directly. Understood? You should implement it under the app module. App component, and there you can use. Suppose like wildcard, this is also one of the wildcard. Suppose if the path is going to be, user has given XYZ, but do we have that XYZ? No. Then what happened? It won't throw you an error. Rather, it gives you a wildcard route to you. So this is all about the routing. Okay. This is all about the routing. Okay. What to mention? It's an application, right? It is not possible to mention, but up to some extent I have given. Remaining you can just try. Okay. Purna, have you Googled it? Just to Google it. First you Google it, and if you are not understand, then we'll see that is different again. As I told you, when it comes to an Angular, we have many. Okay, many things. So that is the reason. Just first you try, and later you can ask me the question. Right. And the last concept that we are having when I say about the routing, like most of the time, you might hear, okay, yeah, tomorrow we'll see that. And after tomorrow, I will show you that, Abhishek, how to connect the project to that DB and all. Right. Okay. So the next concept is going to be lazy routing. What exactly the lazy route is going to be? You know, we have two different types of routings that are happen by default. One is going to be eager loading. Okay, there are two ways. There are two ways to load the content when the routing was happens. First one is going to be eager loading. Eager loading. So what happened in that eager loading? It loads the data. It loads the data when the page is, or else when the application is loaded. That means eager loading is something like whenever that application is going to be loaded, it will get all the data that what we are having. That is like, you know, one thing. Next thing is going to be lazy loading. Lazy loading is something like based on the requirement or else demand. If we load the data, or else if we load the component, then that is what we call it as lazy loading. We have lazy loading and we have eager loading. Lazy loading is what? Based on the demand, and the eager loading is going to be, okay, eager loading is going to be based on what? This particular one. That means based on the demand, if you can do, then that is how it is going to. Now, how I can make use of it? That means how do I load lazily? That is the one of the question that what we are having. So to implement that lazy loading, okay, to implement the lazy loading, what I supposed to do is, 1 second. 1 second, please. I got an email. Sorry. So to implement that, I'm going to use can load. So that means it is mainly used to improve the performance. It is mainly used to improve the performance of that application. Now, what does it mean exactly? I will tell you guys. Practically, when it is going to be required, I will tell you. Generally, let's say any module you can take. Okay, any module you can take. A module is made up with the help of a component. A module which will be created with the help of directives. A module which is created with the help of services. Like that we are having. Suppose let's say I have component 1 and I have component 2 and I have component 3 that what we are having. And at the same time, I have directives. Maybe let's say this is directive 1 and after that I have directive 2 like that. And then following with, I have the services. Maybe I create a service. This is like total one module. Like that, I may have another module also here. I may have another module also here. Now each component to load this module, maybe it might take, let's say, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. And to load this particular module, it is required to have around 40 seconds. Just assume that 20 seconds is the one, and then 40 seconds is the one that we are having. In eager loading, what happened, that means eager loading, what happened, everything is going to be loaded at once. That means it has to wait 60 seconds to load a complete application in eager loading. But the second thing is lazy loading. That means, let's say, I have this module is also required for me. But until unless user will interact, why should I wait? Did you understand what I am saying? That means, let's say, this is my home module. If you open, let's say, Flipkart application, or else like any application, what happens? I maybe click on, let's say, home. I maybe click on the jewelry. I maybe click on the electronics. But these three, I am not going to use it right now at this moment. Did you understand? So till that time, why should I wait? Why should I wait? So for that, what I can do, lazy loading or else on-demand loading, what I can do is you can directly first load whatever the content is required, and user whenever requested for this module, then only I can load it. Did you understand? Tell me now. Yes or no? Hello? Right? That means based on the demand. Based on the demand, if you can load a particular one. Otherwise, I can say simply, maybe I have the products, and after that I have orders, and after that I have offers. So 3 route links that I'm having, just assume that. Now here in 3 route links, okay, 3 links, user is on the product, 3 links are having huge data. 3 routes are having huge data. Product and orders are going to be seen by many people, but offers is also having huge data, but lot of people, they can't go to there very frequently. Am I right? Tell me. Yes or no? People can view the product and people can view that order that what they place. But coming to that offer, sir, it's very rare cases where people can go very frequently. Then why should I load when the application is loaded for that particular one? Instead of doing that, what I just want to do, this offers, I'll create it in a separate module. I'll create a separate route for that one. And then I'm going to load this particular module lazily. Lazily in the sense later, on demand. When user click on, then only I want to do that. That is what my requirement. So how do I implement that? Let me show you. I don't want to go with this example. Let's say routing demo, SRC, app. Okay. Maybe you can see home component is available, login is available, not found is available, register is available. Okay. So I have let's say 4 that I'm having. Hello. Is this clear? Tell me until that, whatever I discussed, is it clear or not? Tell me. I need reply from all. Then you should ask me, right? See, I explained you many times, and I don't know, at the end, you people simply are not understand me. That's not a good thing, right? Okay. Okay, fine. Let it be. what I can do here, you can see that this is the tab that what we are having. Okay. And we have like, app routing module is there. And after that, app module is available. Okay. Just I'll go with this example on. Like this, what I want to do, I'll create another module. I'll create another module. Okay, I'll create another module and I'll add few more components to this. Okay, that is my requirement. I'll be using this project now. I'll be using what? This one right now. That's not my requirement. And I'm going to provide like all the links and all. Don't worry. So now what I can do? Just give. What I can do is first let's execute this. NGS -o -project is equal to routing demo. Okay. What I just want to do is I don't need to have this much also. Let's take a simple div where I'm going to have a class that is container. I have three. One is going to be, let's say, home. Another one is going to be, let's have login. Another one is going to be, let's say, register. Okay. That's it. So these are the three things that what I am having. And in there, I'll be giving margin right some around 20 pixel. Save it and then come back here. Home, login and register. Okay. Okay now. Now additionally, what I just want to do is I'm going to write another anchor tag, and this anchor tag, maybe I can say blog. Generally speaking, any website you can go, we have the blog, but nobody will take care of it, right? Am I right? Tell me. Any website you can go, we have the blogs which are provided by the company, but nobody will take care of it. Nobody will take care of it. So for that reason, what I can do, I don't want to keep this particular blog over here. Rather, what I can do, I'm creating it as a separate. Okay, I'm going to creating it as a separate component in different module. That is what my requirement. Did you understand what I'm saying? Tell me. Every company is having these 4 links. In that 4 link, home, login, register is used by many people. But coming to the blog is not going to be used by many people. Generally speaking, blog is not going to be used by many people. So that what I can do, I just wanted to create it as a separate module. That means separate component in separate module. That is what my requirement. That is what my requirement. So how I can do that one? How to create a module? We already discussed. Tell me. how to create a module. ng generate module and the name of the module. What is the decorator we used for the module? What is the decorator? Quickly. Very good, ng module. And what are the metadata items we are having in ng module? What are the metadata items we have it in ng module? Guys, if you're not, import, export, declaration, and then we have last one. Last one is bootstrap. Very good. Import is used for what purpose? Import is used for what purpose? Importing another module to the current module. Importing a class, generally it is a module. And export is used for what purpose? Exporting to another module. And the next one is going to be, we have the declaration. Declarations are the part of the current module. And the last one, we are having the bootstrap. Bootstrap is mainly used for what purpose? Which component is going to be loaded when user is requested for that particular module. That is how it is going. Now, what I just want to do here is, okay, I'm going to have this home login and register like in a normal way, but blocks I'll be creating it separately. I'll be creating the blocks separately. That is what my requirement. Did you understand? That is what my requirement. So for that one, first what I can do, I'll be giving router link is equal to, I can give home. And here also router link is equal to, maybe I can give what it is, login, that what I can say. And here also router link is equal to, maybe I can give the register. And when I say about the block, now here router link is equal to, let's say, blocks, that what I can give. Now coming back to here, when user click on the home has to be loaded, but I don't have it here, so that I can take a div, and in that div, I'm going to use what? Router outlet has to be given. Once if I give that, now you can see home, login, register, and then we have the blocks. And home, again we are calling the home, so that is where it is showing me like this. Okay, it is showing me like this, but you don't need to worry. It is not required. Generally, this is, I'm assuming that this is my home. So that is the reason where it is showing me like this. Okay. So now here, this is how, when user click on the blocks, we don't have anything. So that what happened, it is going to my not found components. You can see that in the app routing module, you can see if the path is not going to be happen properly, then I'll go with not found. If user has requested for the first time, you can see I'll be going to my login page. So till this, everyone is clear, right? It's a simple concept only, but you should understand it very, like, careful. Okay. This concept is clear, right? So far, whatever I have explained, home, login, register, and blocks is not available, so that it is going to the not found. Now, whenever if user has requested for the blocks, instead of loading the component from here, I'm going to load from where? I'm going to load from where? Another module. So for that reason, what I can do, I'll be creating a separate module. I'll be creating a separate module, and there I'll be maintaining a separate routing also. There I'll be maintaining a separate routing also. That is what my requirement. Understood what I am saying? Whenever if user has requested, okay, I'll be creating a separate one. So how do I do that one? To do that one, what I'm trying to do, I'll create a separate module from here. Go to the tab, right click, open that in the integrated terminal and go with the command prompt. And here I can write a simple command in order to generate everything. Now, first I'll create a module ngg and the name of that is going to be module. Now, what module I'll be creating? Maybe let's say blocks info is my module, and at the same time hyphen routing, because I wanted to maintain a separate routing for that particular one, hyphen routing, and click on OK. That's it. Now you can see what happened here. It creates a separate module to me. You can see there, if you can observe that somewhere it creates blocks info. In that we have a separate routing and we have a separate module which is available. Clear na? Hello? Clear or not? Tell me. Right? Now what I want to do here, from here, again, I'll open my integrated terminal and I'll open my command prompt where I can create a component ngg. See, for the component, I'll be creating the blocks component, hyphen skip, hyphen test if I'll be giving. Now you can see it creates the logs. Now where it is registered, you can see that it is registered under a separate module. Clear na? Hello? Is this clear? Tell me. So what I have done, I created a separate module and there I created a separate component. Okay, separate module I created and I created separate component. Very good. So this is what I have done so far. This is what I have done. Now what I am trying to do, whenever if user has requested for, let's say the path is going to be, whenever if user has requested for the path that is blocks, okay, blocks is the path. If user has requested from here, then what I want to do, I just wanted to load the children. Okay, load children. Load children. Okay, not the can load children actually. And then I'm going to import, you can see that I'm going to import the module. So what you're going to import, I'm going to import app folder. In that blocks info, in that we have block module, and then this is the syntax. And then here what I can do, m goes to m dot blocks module, blocks info module. That's it. So this is what we call it as lazy routing. Lazy routing or loading, any name you can call it. What I am doing, when user clicked on the blocks, okay, the path is going to be that. Then what I can do, I'm going to load at that time only this module, and this module is going to be rendered over there. That is what my requirement. That is what my requirement I can see. Okay, that is what my requirement. Now you can see, Shrikant, how it works. Let's come back to here. Right now, this is where I'm running my application. If you right click and go to that inspect, and there you can see network is available. Sorry. Memory, security, network. Where the network, man? Okay, let's copy this. Okay, this is how it is going to be. When user right click and go to the view page source, go to the inspect, there we have the network. Now you see, first time when I'm executing, this is how it is. Okay, login is there, register is there. But you see, when user click on the blocks, it is created a separate network call or not. You can see that. Again, I'm repeating, observe that. I'm just executing my application for the first time. Okay, that means it bundled everything and it is showing me everything. Am I right? Tell me. Observe the network call, guys. Okay, observe the network call. When user click on login, do we find any change here? Is it making any call? Tell me. Everyone tell me. When user click on register, is it making any call to the server? No, right? Because when the first application is loaded, then what happened, everything is going to be bundled and everything is going to be loaded. But whenever, if you can implement the lazy loading, what happened, when user click on the blocks, now what I am trying to do, I am going to load that based on the demand only. I don't want to execute blindly. I'm going to execute based on the demand. So that what I can do, when user click on the blocks, now you see it is separately loaded. Understood? Yes or no? That means based on the demand only, it load. That is what all about what? The lazy loading concept. That means unnecessary, I don't want to load. Suppose here if it contains 30 MB of the data, then it might take more time to load the home page. But instead of doing that, what I can do, I can load the whole application once. And whenever I wanted to require to have that block, then when user click on it, then I'm going to load. Then I'm going to load that particular one. That is what all about, the lazy loading mechanism. How do I implement the lazy loading means? In order to implement the lazy loading, simply just it's a straightforward thing. You can create a separate module and that module you can give like this. So this is how it is going. Okay. Okay. Right. Right. When the application is loaded, then it won't. No need. Don't represent this one. This is a very simple example. Okay. Maybe for you, it is going to be a complex one. Okay. don't don't say that this is going to be the real time one. I can't say that this is the real time one. I mean, real time project may have many things. Still, we are not at that level. I mean, one step is there that will complete it by tomorrow. That is how do we interact with the database. Most of the people is asking me a question that Srikanth, how to connect with the DB, how to connect with the DB. And I told many times, you never communicating with the real world database with the help of an Angular. But still, there is an option to connect with the database server. That is what we call it as either by using .NET and Java. And for you today, what you supposed to do, for all the Java people, create a simple web service for performing CRUD operation. Okay. For all the .NET people, create a web API which will be used to perform the CRUD operation. If you don't know that, just go and learn. I can't do anything for that. Just a CRUD operation, prepare one Java application and prepare the .NET application. And tomorrow, I will show you like how we can connect with that particular services and how we can make use of it. All those things that I'll explain you in tomorrow. Yeah, I will share you like all the resources to you. You don't need to worry.